Children, welcome to today's science class. Today we learn more about flowers, children. Previous class we learned about the different types of flowers and how do they differ from each other, and also we learned how they differ in their size, color, shape, blooming time and all. Yes, so today's class we will learn further about flowers. Today we will learn about the uses of flowers, and as they are very useful, how to preserving them is also very important. So uses of flowers and preserving flowers is going to be our learning today. Shall we start learning, children? First we will learn about uses of flowers. See, flowers play a very important role in our life. We use flower in many ways. So first of all, as we discussed in the previous class, flowers are used for decoration purpose. Yes, any function or any religious ceremony that we cannot imagine without flowers. So flowers are used for decoration. Yes, and do you know that some of the flowers are used as food even? Yes, we use some flowers as food, and some flowers are used as perfumes and making soaps. So they are used to make some perfumes and soaps. And some flowers we use them for used as medicines. They are used as medicines. And some of the flowers we use for our religious purpose. Different types of religious functions, puja, ceremonies, we use the flowers. So flowers are used for decorating, they are used as food and also as perfumes, and also we can some of the flowers have some medicinal values, and some of them are used for religious purpose. Not only for decoration, food, perfumes, medicines and religious, some of them, as I said earlier, they are used as cosmetics. Cosmetics being soaps, creams and all. Yes, so flowers have, just now you can understand that they are having wide range of uses. So now for decoration, which type of flowers generally we use for decoration, children? Yes, we use marigold. Yes, you might have seen marigold. They are using for decorating. Roses. Yes, and any other flower, even jasmines are used for decorations. Yes, no, children? So you can add up the list. Many flowers we use for decorating purpose. And do you know which all flowers do we use as food? Very good. Cauliflower. You have learned in the previous classes also. Cauliflower, broccoli, and also clove. Clove is a flower part of the plant which we use as a spices. For flavoring the food we use the cloves. That is also a flower which we use as food. And for making perfumes which will have very strong fragrance will be used. So automatically you know that jasmines and roses, and also there is a flower called lavender, purple color flowers. These flowers are used for making perfumes as they have very good and strong fragrance. And some flowers are used as medicines. Flowers are used as medicines. See, clove as we use it as food, and also clove oil is used as a medicine. Clove itself is used for relieving the toothache. Even you might have seen hibiscus flowers. They too have some medicinal values for treating hair fall and all. And for religious purpose, you know that we use marigold, jasmine. Generally we use marigold, jasmine. Different varieties of jasmine are used for religious purposes. So many you can add up in this also. Different flowers we use. Yes. Now for the cosmetic purpose. Cosmetic purpose we use the rose flowers. Yes. And jasmines. So like this, flowers are widely used for different types of things in our life. As for decorating, as food, for making perfumes, used as medicines, and for religious purposes, and also for using making some cosmetics. You know that even for making rangoli we use flowers. Yes, and flowers are used for making even dyes. For coloring also some of the flowers are used as dyes. They will soak the flowers and that color is removed and it is used as a natural color. Like that, flowers are used in our life. Everyday life we use flowers for many purposes, not only for decoration, it is used as medicine and all. Yes, so as they are very important in our life, it is very important to preserve them also. So we should learn, we are going to learn how to preserve them also. So before that, we will see what is given in the S3 worksheet, so that it will be easy for you to complete that. So in the lesson, as usual, first you take out the textbook. Textbook, you can see the pictures of Rangoli, and also we keep the flowers in our hair, yes, to beautify and to get the nice smell, nice fragrance, yes. So that pictures you can see, and you can read that paragraph what is given in the textbook. After reading and seeing the pictures, you can take out your S3 worksheet, children. S3 worksheet. See, you have always you write the date, and you have to mention the names of the flowers. Fill in the chart with the examples of flowers for each use. Some of them which are used as food, decoration, religious, perfume, cosmetic, and also for giving gifts. So giving gifts, bouquets and all we'll give. So mostly we'll use the roses, and also tulip flowers are used, and even the chrysanthemum will be used. Lily flowers are used. Like that, you can, after reading the lesson, you can complete this on your own, I hope. Now see the second question. Say the second A question. Why are flowers used to make perfumes? Why are these flowers used to make perfumes, children? Why? Because they have very good fragrance, right? So with this only you can take the help and you can complete the first question. So second A, why are flowers used to make perfumes? It's because some flowers have strong fragrance. No, this fragrance means very good smell. So that is why they are used for making perfumes. In the second B question, why do people give flowers? Why always we think of giving flowers? Yes. Why do we give flowers? Because seeing flowers, once we see the flowers, we feel pleasant and we feel happy. So that is why we prefer flowers in all the different types of functions, no children. So that should be your answer. This I think you can do on your own, because flowers give us happiness, and also they give a pleasant feeling. They will make us feel, flowers make us feel happy and pleasant. No, that is why we use flowers as gifts. Third question. What would happen if we pluck all the flowers of a plant for our use? So the third question, what would happen if you are plucking all the flowers in a plant? And as I said, these all are the uses of flowers for the mankind. But why do the plants have flowers, children? Why do plants have flowers? Yes. So flowers will grow into fruits, right? So flowers will grow into, what will happen to the flowers after some time? After pollination is over, the flowers, most of the flowers will change into fruits. Inside the fruits, what will be there? Seeds will be there. And inside the seeds, what is there? New plant is there. Baby plant is there. Yes. So flowers help the plant to reproduce. Yes. Flowers help plants to reproduce. That is to produce the new plant. Yes, that is why it is one of the important part of the plant. So when we pluck all the flowers in the plant, the flower cannot change into fruit. And if suppose fruits are not there inside, the seeds are also, we are not going to get. If seeds are not there, they won't grow into a new plant. So these decoration, food, perfume making, medicines, religious, cosmetics are how they are useful to us. But this is the thing, why do plants have flowers? Flowers help the plants to reproduce, that is to grow into a new plant. So when we pluck all the flowers, not even a single, you are leaving all the flowers. For example, there is a mango tree, there are so many flowers are there. Just for fun, if you pluck all the flowers, will you get the seeds? Will you get the fruits first of all? And if you are not getting the fruit, seeds are also getting destroyed, so that another new mango plant cannot grow. Same way it is same for all the plants also. So if you pluck all the flowers, the plant will not grow into a new young plant. You can write the answer for that third question. So what will be the third answer? Again I read the question. What would happen if you pluck all the flowers of a plant for our use? The plant cannot reproduce. May not reproduce because flowers change into fruits, and fruits have seeds, right? So this you can write in your own words also. Yes children, now we will move on to learn about how to preserve the flowers. Yeah, so just now we discussed how useful flowers are. Yes, so when they are very useful, it is very important to preserve them also. So what do we mean by preserving? Preserving means storing them for future use. So how can we do this? It can be, you might have seen when you go to a market, the florists, they'll be sprinkling water. You have seen that, and also they will be keeping the rose in the, they will keep on pot, inside pot water will be there. On the inside that they will keep the rose with the stem. So what will happen? The stem will absorb the water and it will give to the flower, and the flower will be fresh for some time because it has been plucked from the plant row. So one day only it can be fresh. So but we want to keep it for a few days. So what we can do? We can keep in the water, or by sprinkling water on that also will keep it fresh for some time. But when we want to preserve it for longer time, we have to follow some methods. That's what we are going to learn. Preserving flowers means what? Storing the flowers for some more days, few days or more days. So why we have to do that? Because they have many uses. Yes, just now we learned, they are used for many purposes. So and all the flowers won't grow in one place. So different places that they have to be carried. Yes, we cannot grow roses. The cut flowers are there for bouquet making and all. Some type of flowers which we need will not be available in our place. So that flowers will come from other parts of the country. So they have to be carried. So when they are to move from different places, they have been carried. They should live for a longer time. They should be fresh. Then only it will be easy for us to use them for the purpose whatever we need it. So that is why we need to preserve them. So preserving can happen in two ways. So one type of preservation is only for few days. You can keep it for few days. The other method is for some more days. For more days. So when you want to keep it for just for few days, like fresh flowers like jasmine and rose and all, when you want to keep it for only for some few days, sprinkling water, keeping in water will help. Sprinkling water on the flower, or keeping the stem part, keeping the flower with the stem part, keeping the flower with the stem in water can help. So this is only for a few days. Yes, but when you want to keep it for more days, they have to be dried. There is no other go. So we have to dry the flowers. Drying the flowers will help us to keep it for more days. So how it can be done? So drying can be done by keeping them between the petals, between the newspapers, and also in a shady place, open place, we can keep it and we can dry it, and then they can be preserved in the containers, airtight containers, so that they will be there for longer time. But that cannot be useful for decoration purpose and all. We can't use dry flowers. No, dried flowers for some other purpose, some other artwork, for medicinal purpose and all. We can dry them and we can use them. So how we can dry them? We can dry them by keeping the petals inside the newspaper, between newspapers, and also drying in the open place can help them to get dried properly without getting spoiled, and later it can be used. Even the scientists and botanists and all, those who are botanists, they will preserve the flowers, dry the flowers and they'll preserve, so that they will learn about their structure and all later. So for studying about the flowers also, drying them will be helpful. So preserving flowers can be done in two ways, for just for few days or for many days, means it can, according for as per our use, we can preserve them. And here when you are keeping the flower in the water, even some chemicals are used in the water, like glycerin can be added. Glycerin can be added to the, so that it will be fresh for some more 2 to 3 days. So that is how we preserve. Why to preserve? Because they have a wide range of usefulness. That's why we should know how to preserve also. Now after this, you can, as usual, you can read your textbook. You have a small thought about preserving that can be read, and please take open your S4. You have a very nice activity here. Seeing the picture, you can do that, children. Now take out your workbook S4, preserving flowers. You can see two pictures now, children. How are the two methods of preserving flowers different? See the first picture, in a glass container, two roses are kept along with the stem and leaves also there, you can see in the water. And here you can see some other flowers, they are dried up and they are kept in the open place. So the question is, how are the two methods of preserving flowers different? What is this first method and what is the second method? First method, how they are preserving? They are kept the flowers in water. This will keep the flower fresh for few days. Second, they have dried the flowers in open place. This will keep the flower, this can help the flower for preserving for many days. Yes, with this I think you can, after reading you can write that. First one, if keeping in water can preserve the flower for few days. Second one, drying the flowers will help the flower for keeping for more days, for preserving for more days. Yes, I hope you can, with this only, with taking this help from this, drying flowers in open place, keeping the petals between newspapers. We can keep them, preserve them for more days. Sprinkling water, keeping the flower with stem in water and glycerin can keep the flower for few days. So with this help, you can make your own sentence and complete the first question. Second question, which method of preservation is better and why? Among these two, which do you feel it is better? Which is the best method? This is the good method, that is a good method. Keeping for a few days, keeping in water is good method, or keeping, drying the flowers. So it is depending upon what purpose we are using it. Yes. So if you want to, so you can write, if you want to preserve the flowers for few days, keeping in water is helpful. This is A. If you want to preserve the flowers for many days, drying them is helpful. So both are good only. So it depends upon the way what we need it. Third one, botanists collect and preserve flowers. How does this help them? Botanists are scientists who study about the plants, right? So how it will help them? So this will help them to collect the flowers. And how does this help us? So this help us to learn about the different scientific factors about flowers, right? So when they are not, how we are able to know these all? Because of the scientists only, they are doing the researches and they are publishing. That is how we are able to know about many things. So when the botanists preserve it and they are doing research, how it is going to helpful for us, so that we also learn more about the flowers, the scientific factors about them. So indirectly that is also going to help us only. Studying about the researching about flowers will be useful for all the students. Yes. So by now the lesson block 1, that is more about flowers, as it is already video links has been sent to you. I have combined the S1 and S2 and also today's class S3 and S4. I'm reading the textbook and understanding very well. Complete the S3, S4. Last time I have given you an activity, to find out stick the pictures or draw. So now today's class, you can continue that already you have done in one sheet some flowers. So backside of that only you can write how they are useful. You can make a word web uses of flowers and you can write how they are useful, and you try to draw or stick pictures which we are using for various purpose. So complete S3, S4 and complete this activity sheet and be ready for the next class, children. Thank you, children.